Hello Year 10. Today we are going to continue on with some Pythagoras Theorem. Last day you were learning how to find the hypotenuse. This time we're going to find one of the other lengths if we know what the hypotenuse already is. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to label my triangle. Okay, A, B and C. C is obviously the most important one. It's the hypotenuse. Okay, the longer one. It's the one that is opposite the right angle. And A and B, it really doesn't matter which one's which. Okay, so I'm going to call this one A and this one B. So I'm going to start off by writing out Pythagoras Theorem, which is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the values. So instead of A, I'm going to write 5. I'll keep B as it is because I don't know what it is. And instead of writing C, I'll write 13. So I'm going to say 5 squared plus B squared equals 13 squared. Okay, well 5 squared is 25, B squared is just going to stay the same, and 13 squared is 169. Alright, now to figure out what B is, I want to take this 25 and I want to use the phrase that I use, swap side, swap sign. Remember, this is positive 25. I know there's no plus in it, I've just put one in, but it's not negative, so it must be positive. And whenever it goes the other side, it becomes negative. So I can now say that B squared equals 169, take away 25, which means B squared must be 144. And in order to find B, I just have to square root that, which is 12. And because my dimensions were in centimetres, I'm going to say it's 12 centimetres. Okay? Right, next question. Again, I'm going to label my sides A, B and C. Let's call this one at the top A, this one here at the side B, and this one here the hypotenuse, obviously because it's opposite the right angle, and it's the longest one, C. So Pythagoras Theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, we don't know what A is, so we'll just leave it as A squared. B is 5, so it's 5 squared equals 8 squared, because C is 8. Oh, sorry, I wrote B instead of 5. Now, I'm just going to expand it out. So A squared will remain the same. 5 squared becomes 25, and 8 squared becomes 64. Okay, now again, I'm going to take this plus 25 and I'm going to move it away from the A squared, so A squared is all by itself. So I'm going to swap side, swap sign. That means that we are left with A squared equals 64 minus 25, so A squared equals 39. Okay, all I then have to do is square root 39, which gives me A as a value of, in my calculator I'm getting 6.24499, it keeps going on, yours will be the same. I'm just going to round that to one decimal place, which gives me 6.2, and because my units for this question are in meters, I'm going to say 6.2 meters. Last question. Again, I'm going to label my triangle. So this one opposite the right angle must be C. I'm going to call this one here at the bottom A, and the one with the 9 B. So again, Pythagoras Theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A, I don't know because there's no number by it, so I'll leave that as A squared. B is 9, so I can say plus 9 squared. And C is 10, so I can say plus 10 squared equals 10 squared. Let's multiply that out now. So A squared equals 9 squared is 81. I'm having a nightmare today now. Plus equals 10 squared is 100. So again, I'm going to take this plus 81, I'm going to swap side and swap side. Okay, so A squared is going to be 100, take away 81, so A squared must be 19. And then all I have to do is find the square root of 19 to figure out what a is. So square root 19, it gives me 4.35, which is going to round to 4.4. And again, because my units here are meters, my answer must also be in meters. Okay guys, that's really as hard as it's going to get. It's not too bad. All the best. If you have any issues, don't hesitate to contact myself or Miss Humes. See you now.